Good morning. Getting an early start today. It's a little after 6. What we're building is what I'm calling the perimeter header. In building, you usually put a header over a door or window, things like that. But in this case, I'm putting one over the entire building. And what I'm doing right now is I'm building partial of a 25-foot beam. I have my straight edge that I use to keep this thing in alignment so that I can get the 25 feet. And what I'm doing is, again, if you've watched my channel, you'll know that I'm big into scrounging stuff. These, again, aren't the best 2x6s in the world. They are, however, the best priced 2x6s in the world because they're free. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to get this thing started early because I have other things to do, and it is humid and hot. This is a revamp model. I'm building some desks. Oh, well, actually, I'm building one giant desk, 10 feet long by 10 feet long, 3 feet wide, and then with a center island that will stick out 7 feet. So yeah, I've got my hands full. So let's take a quick look at what we've done so far, because there's some changes that I've made. Good morning, gentlemen. Anyway, there's some changes I've made. As you can see, I have a 2x6 running across there, and then yeah, it's like a header. And then up there I've notched those ones up there, and that's where this one I'm building is going to go. As you see, I have another one over here. I also am a visual, so you see strings here. What we've got here is this first square. This first square is going to be where I place a rocket stove. Now, you'll notice this concrete, and there's another one up there. These are 12 inches thick. And as I reported earlier, I wasn't going to do that. I notched the panels on the side out. I know, some of you are still saying, what in the world are those panels for? Panels are for two things. Number one, they're going to stop any of the surface runners, the moles, things like that. They're going to hit that steel and they ain't going no further. It also is great for strength. It's an insulated panel. So with the inclusion of this rocket stove, which will be buried up to that barrel, I'll have tubing underground into that barrel. The fish tanks are going to sit right there. The very first one will sit there, and then the grow beds. That blue barrel is going to be a biofilter. We'll get into that as we get going, but right now what we've got here is a side bed that runs down that way. Another side bed over here, same thing, couple feet. They're 2 feet. Walkway's 2 feet. This is 4 feet, 2 feet, 4 feet. So the back door back there, you still will have access to get in and out of it. Let's go walk over here so you can see. I still have plenty of room back here, as you see. And then again, I will probably add a little more concrete to this concrete, believe it or not, to build a better pad, a wider pad, to support my rocket stove. It doesn't need a lot, but it needs some on the burn. And then, like I said, we'll dig down, go out. So this whole area will be a rocket stove up to that other concrete, the piping and so forth, the heat. And pipe will come up and go out of the roof, of course. Exhaust, what's left of it, should be all CO2. Maybe a little smoke, but not much. And that will heat my fish tank, which is that guy, from the ground up. And then the other two will be raised beds. There'll be a sump. All that'll be heated. Hopefully the ambient heat also heats this greenhouse. Over here will be the 55-gallon drum, the heating core, all that good stuff will be sitting in this square right here. Getting back to my header, as you can see, what I've done is I box in. The 4x4s are planted. There are 2 feet into the ground. No cement. I don't use cement. You know that from my build when I did the goat port, and it's solid as a rock. These are solid as a rock. They're not going anywhere. But what I'm doing is I bring this second piece in, or so let me show you a finished corner here. There's a finished corner. Okay. Now what I've got is a 2x6 that's been sliced to 5 inches. So it all lines up nice and clean and neat. And that's my new corner. What that does is that also supports the outer 2x6. And this is a 2x6 up here. It supports this outer one, this one here. The inner one is on top of the 4x4. Now I changed it up because I'm known as Mr. Experiment. I can't build things the same. I can't do it over and over again. So with these notches that I've got in the top of these 4x4s, I'm going to set the one inside. Kind of be like this here. Now here you see just one 2x6. And that's because the other one deadheads up against the back side of this beam right here. Up there, one 2x6 will be on there. Here, there will be another 2x6 that goes all the way up. I got to put a small piece right there. But I don't want to put that piece on until I get these up, because it will fit flush and cover that one. Now my whole point here is strength. Less number of verticals here gives me more ambient light, less shadowing. There'll still be some in here. We still have to build a plate at the bottom. I'm going to build a second plate, and well, you'll see that. We're not going to get carried away with this tutorial here. Right now I'm just bringing you up to speed. This is what we've got going. We should get this, all the header beams, I'm calling them, done this morning, and all the face boards casing in these 4x4s this morning. And then we can start working on this lower half, and at that point I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you. The wife wants me to help her. I don't know if you can see this. Yesterday I had to go into the tomato forest over there. Those poles are 8-foot 2x6s pounded into the ground about a foot. So you got 7 feet of growth, and higher in some cases, as you can see. I've pruned the hell out of those tomatoes. You can see all the tomatoes on those Romas right there. I had to strip out all of the snap peas because it's that time. But yeah, I got a million other things to do. So, but this is important to me. I'm going to get this done here pretty quick. So stay tuned. Have a good day.